Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I wash my brushes, beauty blenders, and powder puffs. I like to begin by laying a paper towel out first. This is where I'm going to lay my brushes down to let them air dry. Lately, I've been using this all-natural brush soap by Cinema Secrets. On one side, it has a scrubber. The other side, it has the soap. It's based with coconut oil, so it keeps my brushes very soft and conditioned. Prior to finding that product, I just used a scrubber that I think I found at Walmart, and I used just a gentle soap like this Johnson & Johnson's. They also have actual brush soap you can use as well to wash your brushes. You can probably find it at Walmart or at any other makeup stores. So I'm going to get my water going. Make sure to use like lukewarm water, not too hot, because you don't want the hot water to break down the glue that holds the brush together. So I'm going to wet the brush, swirl it around in the soap, and then I'm going to swirl it around in the scrubber to finish lifting up all of that product. Now the scrubber has like different ridges, and I think those different ridges may be beneficial for different things. I'm not entirely sure though, so I just scrub it around everywhere. So now I'm just rinsing the brush out, and I'm going to rinse it until the water runs clear. So notice how I'm holding the brush down in the water. I'm not oversaturating the handle with water because that is going to break down the glue that holds it together, which then decreases the longevity of your brushes. I'm going to squeeze out the excess water, reshape the brush, and then I'm going to lay it down flat to dry. When I'm using a scrubber and a liquid soap, I usually just wet the scrubber a little bit, put a little soap on, wet the brush, and then wash, rinse, and lay flat to dry as before. You always want to make sure that when you're drying your brushes, you either lay them flat or you hang them with the bristle side down so that the water is dripping down away from the handle. That's because, once again, you don't want that water settling into or oversaturating that glue, because then your brushes are going to start breaking down and breaking apart. I have seen some brush organizers that allow you to hang your brushes so that they can dry that way. I've also seen a couple of years ago where people were taking like actual hair ties and like somehow putting them up on their shower rod to hang their brushes so they could dry. So there's multiple ways that you can do it. I just like laying my brushes down on a paper towel to dry, but it's totally up to you, whatever you decide. So the process for washing beauty blenders and sponges are very similar. I'm going to start by wetting them. I'm going to apply soap, so either I'm going to swirl it around in this soap or I just directly squeeze some liquid soap onto it. And then I'm going to do this kneading, squeezing motion to work the product out. I'll also use the scrubber to work the product out as well if it's like really, really bad. To rinse, I just put it underneath the water, continuing to do that squeezing and kneading motion until the water runs clear. Then I make sure to squeeze out all the excess water and then lay it on the paper towel to dry. For powder puffs, I wash them very similarly to how I do the beauty blenders, except I don't use the scrubber with the powder puffs because mine are never that full of product to where I need to use the scrubber. So I just wet it, put it in the soap, do the kneading, squeezing motion, make sure to rinse it really well. I also make sure to reshape the powder puff before laying it down to dry. Some other things to know and be mindful of about your brushes. You should be washing your brushes and blenders regularly, at least once a week. If not, every day, depending on how often you're using your tools. With good washing and maintenance practices, your brushes should last for 1 to 3 years, if not longer, depending on the quality of the brush. Once you start losing bristles or the handle becomes loose, then it is time to replace the brush. For beauty blenders, it is recommended that they are replaced every 1 to 3 months. Some articles read up to 6 months. Personally, I look for signs of wear and tear or stubborn makeup stains to let me know when to replace them. To disinfect and sanitize your brushes, after they are dry, I've seen some spray their brushes with alcohol and then let them air dry. After my brushes are completely dry, I use these kind of containers to store my brushes with the bristle side up so that I can find what brush I'm looking for easier. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, y'all.